Ongoing services for 504 students and students with disabilities in college. Topics covered: rights of the student, academic adjustments, proof and documentation, discrimination, and links with more helpful information. Student rights. The Office of Civil Rights, or OCR, enforces the following acts: the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, Section 504, as well as the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, Title II. Secondary versus post-secondary education. Title II and Section 504 were both put in place to protect elementary, secondary, and post-secondary students from discrimination. Secondary as well as elementary schools are required to provide a free, appropriate public education to each child with a disability. A school district must identify a student's educational needs and provide services, aids, and accommodations and meet needs at the same capacity as those of students without disabilities. While post-secondary schools do not provide free, appropriate public education, they must provide appropriate adjustments to ensure that there are no discriminations against disabled students. Post-secondary schools must also provide appropriate housing that is comparable to non-disabled student housing. Academic adjustments. Academic adjustments must be determined by the student's individual needs as well as their disability. Examples of adjustments include auxiliary aids and services, academic adjustments that include modifications to guarantee equal education opportunities, lessening the load of assignments, and extended time on tests. Keep in mind, although modifications can be made, post-secondary schools do not have to substantially modify the curriculum. For example, there may be extended time for testing, but the content can remain the same. Proof and documentation. Documentation may vary from school to school, with most post-secondary schools setting a reasonable standard for proof of disabilities. Schools will likely require documentation from a professional, such as a medical doctor or psychiatrist. Documentation should be thorough and provide enough information to determine an appropriate academic adjustment. In most cases, a secondary school Section 504 or IEP should be helpful in determining accommodations for post-secondary schooling. Keep in mind that modifications that worked in high school may not carry over to the workload of college, and disabilities can change over time. Many colleges and universities have 504 coordinators and ADA coordinators that should help students who feel that they are being discriminated against. Every post-secondary school should also have grievance procedures put in place, as well as student handbooks with appropriate steps on grievance procedures. Some helpful links include the Office for Civil Rights, filing a complaint with the OCR, requesting a brochure from the OCR for more information, and the U.S. Department of Education.